Welcome to the Everything Bad podcast. This episode contains spoilers for the following media.
Avengers Endgame. So I'm going to preface everything that I say in the podcast with there was a chunk in the middle that was pretty good.
Okay.
Of what?
Avengers Endgame.
This obviously can't be talked about without spoilers, so the whole thing is spoilers.
This is a spoiler cast of the Avengers Endgame spoiler movie.
Just be like everyone else and go watch it.
I put a warning at the beginning, so
Awesome.
it's your fault if you're still listening to this and you don't want spoilers. Although we can't go over the whole movie because the movie is 3 hours long.
But
we're gonna skim
over some shit.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you guys think?
I think it finished it up pretty well. I didn't like it as much as Infinity War, but I think it was a fine ending.
Yeah. It concluded some shit.
It did for sure.
Yeah.
You kind of lose, I don't know, you lose the importance if you can time travel and bring everybody back from the dead already as the premise of the movie.
Right.
So saying, oh, a person died in this movie means almost nothing to me now.
Well, the only reason I think it does mean something is I think those actors want to be done.
Yeah, they're bailing for sure.
Yeah,
but
I'm done with this shit.
Except Black Widow, she's getting her own movie.
She is?
Yeah, she gets her own standalone movie.
Oh, that would... Actually, if they bring her back from the dead with some kind of superpowers, that'd be kind of cool.
No, I think it's going to be a prequel.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, it'll be an origin story type of thing.
I really don't need an origin story for her.
But
you need an origin story for any of them at this point?
You can just go, that guy right there is that guy. He goes, cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't need to...
It's fine.
Well, that's like I skipped the Captain Marvel movie. I don't care.
That's the only one I'm actually interested in seeing still that I skipped because I don't know anything about what they're doing with that character.
Based on everything I've heard, it's not great. And not only that, but the directors of this movie didn't know what to do with her, so they said, I've got to go away. Hi, I'm here. Bye.
It kind of worked.
Kind of.
It was very silly that she could have solved the whole problem.
Well, that's why they just sent her away.
And then she did solve the whole problem.
Pretty much, yeah.
Problems.
She's as shitty as Superman is, because she's just too strong.
I don't know. Superman's been pretty shitty lately. But we're not talking about Superman.
No, I'm just saying.
We're talking about Marvel.
Yeah. She's as bad as the thing we can't talk about.
It's forbidden. I forbid you from talking about it. That wasn't really my problem.
Should we just go to our biggest problems?
My biggest problem was that a large portion of the movie was just little skits of each person doing a random thing that didn't impact the plot at all. They just got the SNL writers to come in and be like, all right, it would be kind of cool if Captain America got to look at his own ass and compliment it. That would be really funny, right? Yeah. And they're just little
that
tiny...
was kind of funny.
Yeah, but that's like...
Yeah, but that's not really the character. The character of... Captain America, not traditionally in the comics, but in the Avengers movie, he corrects people like, hey, watch your tone, or hey, no swearing. And then all of a sudden in this one, he's like, look at my booty. It doesn't make any sense.
I've got a good ass.
Do you think when he went
Captain
back,
America.
He was still all modern? He was like, check out my ass. And his wife is like, what's wrong with you?
You changed.
You've changed.
What weird narcissistic lunatic shit is this?
What does lit mean? It's the 1950s.
Yeah.
Captain America comes in to some trap music, and he's like, "This fucking slaps," and you're like, "What am I even seeing?"
I do really hope that the song they were listening to while they were dancing at the end was trap music.
Well, I like that they continually addressed Back to the Future. They kept discussing it, acknowledging it, doing the same shit, and then saying, "Yeah, but we're different."
Yeah, it's cool. Because we're aware of it.
We're doing time machine, or we're doing time travel, and everybody already knows. So here you go. I honestly thought they were going to just somehow just have to fight him again and get the gauntlet or something.
Yeah,
I was okay with the time heist, I guess.
Yeah, as a theory, I just think they wasted it on little jokes and gimmicks. And if you had slept through that part of the movie, you wouldn't have missed any of the plot. All right, we need to get all of the MacGuffins, and then fast forward an hour. All right, we got them all.
Yeah.
No character development, no interesting
I think
plot.
Yeah,
Clint had the most character.
Yeah.
Who?
Hawkeye.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, I will say, I liked him more in this movie than I've ever liked him in anything else. He actually seemed like he mattered a little bit as the guy who just went around killing everyone he thought was bad, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that's a cool character.
Yeah.
And he's also like, I know this is a really bad thing to do, but I'm going to do it. That's what I'm doing.
Because who gives a shit? It's not me.
Yeah, well, I totally made sense. His family died. He didn't think it was fair, so he's like, I'm going to kill everybody who should have died. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I would have watched that movie. It's basically just The Punisher, but...
Yeah.
With a sword.
Nothing wrong with that.
Punisher with a sword sounds really cool.
He was just a little too emo.
Yeah, little broody.
It was understandable why. It's just, I don't know. At the part where he was like trying to sacrifice himself, and he's like, you know what I've done. I was like, yeah, you should probably sacrifice yourself.
Yeah.
You're a serial killer, and you're pretending to be a superhero.
Right.
That's not cool.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah. End nobly. Everything gets...
Yeah, that's honestly one of my biggest
asterisk.
gripes was him not dying, and for some reason her dying.
Well, because then they get paid off at the end to have him with his family.
Yeah, he needed to get his family back.
And since she doesn't have a family...
She only had a sandwich after 5 years. Like, this is the shittiest sandwich I've ever seen in my life.
That's all she had to live for.
Natasha and her peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, that scene was pretty goofy too, where they were having a fight to see who could kill themselves first. That's just a weird idea for a fight scene.
Yeah, I thought they would be like just crying and stuff, and then eventually one would just like stab the... I thought one was just going to stab the other one.
Right.
Because that would have been pretty cool if he was just like, all right. He's like, oh, that should have been harder to do. But the point was that he loved her, right? Or else he couldn't get the stone. That's what happened in the Infinity War. He had to kill someone he loved.
You have to, from what I understand, and I don't know, but in order to get the Soul Stone, you have to sacrifice a soul.
Yeah, but I thought in the Infinity, it was he had to kill his daughter, right? Because it was someone you loved.
Yeah.
So
it had to matter.
It had to matter. Maybe she didn't love him as much as
I don't know. The rules are super vague.
Yeah, it's like whatever, man. Just jump off the cliff.
Yeah, but still, it's not like in Infinity War she wanted to jump off a cliff, So clearly that part's not important.
Well, it made way more sense in Infinity War than it did in this one. And also, they just didn't know. They got there and they're like, "For real?"
Well, there's nothing we can do.
He would just give it to you. He's like,
yeah.
Also, I don't know where that guy came from. He just floats now.
It's the Red Skull from Captain America.
Yeah, but when did he get when did he become like the Grim Reaper?
The guardian of the Soul Stone? I have no clue.
Well, he got torn apart by the other MacGuffin or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So he's like extra dimensional now or some shit, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. It's stupid, but he looks cool.
Yeah, I
guess he's still a Nazi.
Yeah,
I didn't see any reason for him to be there other than I don't know. We got this character.
Yeah, I saw something as it was like a funny thought about how Captain America has to go back and return all the stones, and he's like comes back and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" it's like I thought I killed you.
That was something that I thought was actually really great. Was that old Captain America? I almost said superhero guy. Old superhero guy said, Loki is here, which explained away why there would be two of them. And I went, good. That's clever.
Yeah, that was clever.
That they did that. No, I think they just included Red Skull to, sell T-shirts to Republicans.
Okay. I don't know if that's true, but that's one theory that's out there now.
Now it is.
No, they all think they're Captain America.
My second problem with the movie, in order of importance, is just that the entire climactic battle with Thanos is basically just a worse version of the one in Infinity War.
Yeah.
The same stuff happened, but it was less cool.
Also, he was stronger without the gauntlet on.
Yeah, he had none of the stones.
Well, everybody was stronger without the gauntlet on. The gauntlet fucks you up when you've got it on.
No, he was stronger when he had less stones. He can use it and not... He's fine. He never got hurt until he tried to blow it up.
Yeah, he killed half of all life, and he was just like, yeah, and I'm fine.
That's cool. I'm going to go be a farmer.
Yeah.
And then he was fucked up, and they were like... I was like, I don't remember this happening. He's like, oh yeah, I tried to blow it up. He basically killed me. like limping around picking up this weird spiky fruit.
It just looked like starfruit.
Okay, so he had a star fruit farm.
Or not starfruit. What
Star farts?
I'd say it's in space, but since that was he's on a planet, so it's not space.
There's a fruit that looks exactly like that. I don't remember what it is.
I'm glad you remembered the rule that
Yeah.
I established.
What?
He's on a planet, so he's not in space.
It's not in space because he's on a planet. Otherwise, everything is in space.
One thing that I'm kind of sad about, when they jumped, then they all got in a spaceship and jumped over to that planet. None of their faces warped like in Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought that would be a fun little scene for them to be like, ah, just for a second. You remember that?
I don't.
When they jumped all those times and their faces just kept warping all over the place. And
okay.
I thought they would do just a little bit of that as like a callback. But
Especially because they kept like highlighting that a lot of these people hadn't been in space before.
yeah, I thought they were going to like, don't throw up. And then they go, ah, and they're like, oh, God.
There were a lot of things that were glossed over like that. Like, I thought people couldn't touch that stone, right? In Guardians of the Galaxy, which stone was that?
The soul, not the soul stone. I don't know.
They
the
couldn't,
purpley one.
They literally couldn't physically hold the stone in that movie. And in this one, everyone's just like, here, catch. Like, it's like a fucking...
Oh, when they have the gauntlet and they're passing around like a football?
Yeah, in Guardians of the Galaxy, the whole point was they had to all band together, and the guy is half god.
It was inside of a container, was how destructive this thing was, that it had to be in its own special container, and then they just grabbed onto it, and that was, you're right, that was the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
I don't think that's actually a plot hole. I just found that weird that they were treating him so flippantly in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we've just seen him so many times now. It's like, just get them to the glove, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, and then Tony Stark just created a glove on the fly. That was fine. So that was
on his
weird.
suit?
Yeah, he just turned his suit into a glove, and into a gauntlet. And that was fine.
All of the Infinity... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know why they have to have it in a glove and snap either.
That's
why
that's where I was going with that.
I think it's mostly because they're like, well, it worked when that guy did.
It's a great thing that every character in this whole universe has 5 fingers and hands. And
no one else can use this.
Yeah. A race of squid people certainly can't use this powerful tool.
It would have been kind of cool if the gauntlet like shrunk to people's hands, like change sizes depending on who put it on. But yeah, it was just weird. Here's the stones and snap. It's because they saw him do it, so it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't put him on like a stick and then click a button.
Also, is the Infinity Gauntlet just like a genie? Where it just goes, I grant whatever wish I'm wishing for right now?
I think so.
The thing is, it sort of undermined the whole mythical dwarf orbiting a sun, because that's who created the gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
They had to have a literal, like...
They had Peter Dinklage in a forge,
a literal
planet-sized forge.
Like, magic to create
the
original gauntlet, and Tony Stark just goes, I'll do it.
I'll just use it with technology.
The Ant-Man technology to shrink down Peter Dinklage.
And put him in Tony Stark's hand.
Put him in Tony Stark's suit.
Okay.
And that's how he was able to do it.
See, now that's a good skit.
That would have been pretty fun. It would have been pretty goddamn funny to shrink giant Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Down to Ant-Man size. That would have been pretty fucking funny.
It wouldn't have had to been quite the same amount of shrinkage.
Yeah.
No, he was even bigger. It would have had to been more. Yeah. He was a giant dwarf.
Yeah,
that's right. He was huge.
Which is what was...
Whatever that means.
It was very, very funny. Infinity War's the better movie, but I think the payoffs at the end were pretty good. I think it tied it up in a nice little bow.
Yeah, I can't think of a better way to take that many stories and slam them together and tell even a coherent story.
Yeah, when they were like, we're going to do the time heist, and they were going back and like rewatching old scenes from all the movies, I was like, this is kind of cool. It's like, this is just more of like a celebration movie of, here, we've been doing this forever.
I'm sure that's why it's in there. That really bothers me. Is anything in a movie or any media, I guess, that's just in there because they thought it would be cool. Like, it's not particularly necessary. They're just like, yeah, it'd be cool, so put it in there, no matter what sense it makes.
I'd say for most things that's true, but after 22 movies, I think that's fine. I've watched I've watched 21 of them.
You've seen all of them?
Except Captain Marvel.
Except for Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of other people.
Well, sure, but why does that make it better?
It's like a celebration for this whole thing, and they're like, we're ending this.
It's fine. I think it's stupid.
Okay. Well, I don't think
you don't have to think it's stupid. Well, I think it's stupid.
You were never that big of a Marvel fan, anyways.
Well, like they included the kid from Iron Man 3. No, 3, 2. Whichever is the one where it's just he crashes into town and hangs out with a child for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The child
That was
was there?
3.
Was that 3?
Yeah.
I guess I missed the child.
He's at the very end. He's just
just
standing there
at the
by
funeral.
himself at the funeral.
Oh, I was wondering who the fuck that kid was. I was like, is that Spider-Man? I was like, he looks
No,
really
that's
weird.
the kid from
And I was like, I do not remember
Iron
that
Man
guy.
3.
It was very weird. It's like, where's his mom?
Yeah. And there's just everybody was there. I mean, it was a good, like, if you wanted to have a poster, like, if we were all, like, 12, I don't know when you have a poster in your room. Who does that? But anyway.
3012.
3012. When you had, like, superhero posters on the wall in your room, yeah, that would make a great poster. If you took stills out of the movie, they just had a poster factory,
Well,
like the girl power poster and the everybody shows up poster.
That scene was fucking weird as shit to me, where they just all the female superheroes got together in a line and ran. I was like, you're all this close to each other in this giant battle?
Yeah.
Like, I know why they did it, but I'm just like, this feels strange.
Also, fuck Bucky again.
Yeah,
like,
Bucky's the worst.
He's the worst.
The only shot of him in the battle, he's just
shooting
with the
a
machine
gun.
just going, ah.
Yeah, what a non superhero.
He's just a straight up emo guy who just like he sits there and he's just like, ugh. And then Captain America's like, hey, I'm gonna go do something cool. He's like, good for you, bud, or whatever he said. I fucking hate that guy.
I doubt that's what he said.
I know he like didn't say anything. The guy sucks.
He didn't even get to say goodbye to Captain America.
No,
the other guy said goodbye to him.
Yeah.
He just did a
He's
nod.
like, I know we've been friends for our entire lives, but I don't need to talk to him.
Yeah.
See ya.
What was he going to say? Emo shit.
I think I have an arm now. I guess. Where'd you get the arm? I don't remember him getting an arm
From Black Panther, probably, right? Yeah.
Black Panther arm.
Yeah.
The
They said in that movie, how do you like that new arm we gave you, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, I think in Black Panther they winked directly into the camera.
You got an arm. Okay. Also, we're just gonna make sure you have long sleeves on for this scene because we just spent our whole fucking budget and we don't need it for this funeral.
That's the only way you can identify him is you're like, oh, there's that guy who looks like Jax from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
not anymore. They keep messing with Jax. His character design's all over the place.
I think Jax is cool, but that's not what we're talking about. He's a DC character.
Back to the matter at hand. The gauntlet hand.
Wait, what?
What? That doesn't matter.
Hand pun. Quantum
gloves.
They did just say quantum.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did say I don't really like how easy it was for them to just invent time travel.
Yeah.
He
They
basically
just fucked around, and the Hulk was like, I don't know, maybe this will. Okay, cool, I got it.
Oh, it works. Look at that.
Well, he obviously did it wrong, and then
But he still did it.
Yeah.
He still traveled through time.
if he had
which
another
is crazy.
like 2 hours, he could have figured it out. But Tony Stark was like, he had his machine. He's like, okay, whatever, give me the shape, invert it, point here. That'll
Do
take,
time travel for
that'll
me.
take you a long time.
Also,
And then
I
2
love that
seconds
he
later,
was at home
hey.
and he just looks at a Mobius strip and goes, I've solved it.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right.
Yeah, that's what it was. Invert that Mobius strip. All right, point this right here. Okay, calculate that. What the fuck?
Oh, it worked?
And he's like, this will take you a while. And 2 seconds later, hey, success.
It's like nobody had ever
Holy shit.
thought to try time travel
Yeah,
in this
it's like, holy
world of
shit.
super science and geniuses.
Yeah.
No one gave it a shot this whole time.
And they're like, that shit's too dangerous. Everyone's dead. Just put me in there. Who cares? It's just the stupidest shit. Like, get that random guy over there. Put him in there. Who cares?
Throw a squirrel through it. I don't care.
If the squirrel comes back as a baby, we know it worked.
Also, the scarcity of the Pym particles was just a
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
unnecessary hurdle.
You're traveling through time. Go to a time
Yeah.
where you can get more of them. Which
walk,
they did, I
yeah,
guess.
just go to where that room is. Go back through time.
Actually,
go,
that scene probably
yoink.
could have worked a little better if he just went back. He was like, oh shit, you guys playing this real quick. I'm going to go grab some pin
Yeah.
particles.
Yeah.
Instead
And then
of,
he's like, ran into his dad. He's like, oh fuck.
instead of him like doinking around with it and going, whoops, I just used one. He could have just used that one to go get more.
Yeah. Were they supposed to recognize Captain America? Because no one did.
Also, why the fuck did they make? I'm sorry, I'm just glossing right over your point.
Gloss over. They did.
Yeah.
They glossed right over.
He just blended right
Well-
in. What was your...
What was that whole scene where they're like, all right, well, you're wandering around, smash stuff, and Hulk half-heartedly punched a car? You're like, what the fuck are they telling
Was
you?
he trying to blend in?
That drove me crazy. Like, no one will know you're the Hulk unless you smash things,
Yeah.
because you don't look anything like the Hulk.
You're not
So
that giant green
you could
guy.
never pass. Someone will get suspicious that you're... I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Some bystander will go, you're not smashing enough things. You must be fake.
Well, I think it would have worked okay if a bystander saw him and he's like, smash.
See, now that would be a good writing.
Oh yeah,
that's a great.
Where
joke.
he's like walking around the corner, he's got the glasses on, and then somebody goes, and they're like, no, and he's like, what? Oh, and he just punches this thing, and then, there you go. That's why he just realized he wasn't smashing enough. That's an actual realization thing. But somebody else to go.
The idea was there, but they were like, just fucking do it.
Yeah. Just half-heartedly throws a motorcycle out of the way and punches a car gently.
Well, it kind of seemed like the other heroes were like, go out there and smash something. Like, why?
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, aren't you guys on a mission? Stop fucking with the Hulk.
We thought it would be funny. We're pranking the Hulk, guys. They have their YouTube channel.
Also, that was another thing. Where the fuck was everybody else at when the Hulk was talking to what's her face on the rooftop?
They had
Doctor
to do
Strange lady.
Well, they had 3 stones there, so they had to split up. They went to the one time, even though they could have all gone to individual times.
Well, they went to the tower where Loki had his scepter thing.
Yeah,
so that's
where those two went.
And that was at the same time, I think.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they went to the same time period.
Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
And then they just went, you know what? Let's just do the dumbest plan to get this stone really quick. And then they failed and went, oh no! How did this
terrible plan not work? They could have just.
Didn't they have it in storage at some point? Just go get that. I guess they ended up doing that. That was the easier plan.
Yeah, they came up with the better plan after they failed the first time.
They could have sent one person there dressed up as an old soldier, not in your cold costume.
Yeah.
Stop putting on your full superhero.
Also, the Hulk was there. He was somewhere else in the building, and no one was paying attention to him because he was taking the stairs.
Yeah,
it would have been a perfect time for the elevator to just open. Hulk reaches in, grabs the briefcase, everybody shoots him, and
he's the Hulk.
Yeah, he's the Hulk. Who gives a shit?
Grab it.
Just grab the fucking thing, and then he jumps out of the fucking building, and they're done.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. Yeah,
but they sent him to negotiate with the Doctor Strange lady.
I totally understand why you say going back just because it's cool is stupid, because I think going back to that point was really stupid. I personally liked when they went back and Quill or whatever was dancing around, and then they show him without the music, and it's like, that's funny.
Also, that seems like a fine idea.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with that
because that was in storage. Let's just go there.
Yeah, it was the easiest place to grab it.
Yeah. Because it wasn't moving actively at the time, being transported from one. Yeah. Anyway,
I think that was all fine.
But that's the James Bond rule of hijacking things. You have to have it elaborate on a train while it's moving, being transported through Siberia. You have to. Also, what the fuck does anybody at that time think of Captain America fighting Captain America in a giant glass atrium, falling multiple stories, and then Captain America is just unconscious? Who finds him? Captain America, do you want to wake up? You seem to have fought this building.
If they were going to keep going with that joke, though, somebody could have came Captain America? Damn, that's a nice ass. Hey, this guy needs help. This guy's ass needs help.
Are you okay, by the way?
Just keep going with the ass. Come on. Yeah. They're committed to it. Just
the only reason I think they went back to that time was because the joke where Hulk smashes Loki repeatedly was very funny in the first Avengers.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant earlier.
And you're like, all right, well, thanks for reusing that joke. It was
like, remember when it was good kind of thing.
But they didn't even smash him. They never reused.
Right.
But that was the scene they went back to.
That was the scene. That is true. But they went after he was smashed.
Yeah, but they also somehow tied in that Hail Hydra joke, even though that was from a different time completely. But they went, all right, well, he gets in the same elevator somehow, even though it's in a different building, and then pretends to be Hydra.
Was that a different building?
It looked like
because it was in Stark Tower versus Shield headquarters. In the 2 movies, but they're the same elevator for some reason, and then they set it up like it was going to be the same.
Yeah, he knew they were Hydra, but the real one didn't. Yeah, it was Hydra.
It's a clever idea,
but also, why is he
was really forced.
Why didn't he just go in regular clothes?
Also, Loki totally watched Tony Stark run away as dressed as a military guy with the fucking thing. Loki was just watching it and going, "What the fuck? All right."
And then he got away, I guess,
and never mentioned it. I guess
I'm pretty sure he got away, so now they can use him in future movies, so he's not dead anymore.
Yeah. I don't even know.
And now he has the thing again that was destroyed. I guess they're not destroyed anymore, so they can just do this whole fucking movie again if they want.
They can just start over. Do it all again.
Like Thanos comes back, kills everybody else. Fucking crap. Why'd you put him back? Well, the black line came off the orange line, and I had to make sure there was no black line. Like when they showed the separating
That's
futures.
the bad line.
Yeah,
I don't like that one.
It's great that really visualized itself well when she,
Well, that's how they explained
painted that in the VR painting program that she used.
Was he able to do it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm also ethereal. Let's do this.
But I think actually during that time he was out of his body because she punched him out of his body. So I'll give that a pass. Like, okay, he can interact with time umbilical cords or whatever the fuck.
She was like, this is the path. This is one bad path that could happen. Okay, well, I don't care.
So,
also, they never said they got the stones back to where they were. Like, she sets up, like, everything bad can happen.
Right.
And they just never...
Well, they just kind of said, well, Captain America
did he'll just take care of it.
He'll do it. Done. Well, that's the whole thing. He had to take it back to Red Skull. Like, here's your stone, bro. I'm glad you got a new job. It looks like you're doing really well.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting interaction there.
That should have been the end credit scene. Hey, man, it looks like you're doing really good. He's like, yeah, I actually really like it here. This is so much better than being the leader of this death cult. This is so much better. You guys get to sit here and hang out on this rock. I've really thought about everything. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's been a while since I watched Doctor Strange. He did create like a time loop in that one, right? With just the one stone.
Yeah.
I really hated that movie.
That never came up again in all of these other movies. They just went, no, we can't do that anymore. Obviously. He couldn't just keep trying to attack Thanos over and over again like he did with that other
until you finally win
thing.
Or something.
Well, he could tell the future and he had this weird plan of like all this happening, I guess.
Just let it happen.
But he never once tried to stop time or anything while they were fighting.
What's crazy about that is that Doctor Strange had to have seen them fucking up getting the stone in the atrium lobby of the... So he had to know they were going to fuck that up.
Yeah, his plan was for them to just do the worst thing.
Yeah.
Also...
multiple times.
What was the water he was fighting? Was that the ocean? Was that just
water.
A lake? I didn't remember there just being water right there.
They just exploded something, and then suddenly they were beneath the ocean, and that was weird.
What scene are you guys talking about? I have
the spaceship on that planet.
It was that final fight. And Doctor Strange just like holding the water.
The spaceship like shot a bunch of shit on the ground, and then it just exploded a mountain.
Oh, right.
And there was an ocean behind that mountain, coincidentally.
Yeah, because that's how geography works.
Yeah, and it just started flowing into there. I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening.
What was he... Yeah, a lot of that scene is just a blur of nonsense.
They just wanted to keep him busy, and they're like, oh, no, your part's done.
Yeah, well, they're
stand over there near the water.
Anyone who's too strong, you go over there and do something else. Okay. They keep introducing these characters like, I'm even more powerful. And it's like, this is breaking the story. God, stop putting overpowered characters in here. I have no weaknesses. I can stop time and just pause shit.
Yeah. No, you're not allowed to fight in this. Yeah. Sorry.
You got to take all that superpower you have and just watch that water over there. Make a funnel of water. Just hold on to it. Don't turn it into a weapon or anything. Just hold it.
Yeah, just stand there.
Don't
That's fine.
shoot water bullets at people.
I thought it was kind of neat that Captain America used Thor's hammer.
Yeah. It made me like Captain America a lot more.
That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Because he was worthy.
Also, it made me very aware of the fact that they did a bunch of rendering tricks in the trailers. Because in the trailer, Thor, when he's talking to Captain Marvel, that's who it is, right? That lady?
Marvelous Miss Marvel.
Where
it's Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
And she came to fight everybody.
Where he summons his hammer, and his hammer appears. In the movie, it was the axe named Gary or whatever the fuck it's called. And so
Stormbreaker.
So he summons Stormbreaker, and they just had a whole bunch of different things in the trailer that did not match what happened in the movie. So like Captain America's costume and lots of other stuff. The trailers, they rendered things strangely.
Yeah, probably.
So deceptively.
It's all CG anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm totally fine with them purposely doing trailers that are incorrect so that they're not spoiling the whole movie.
Totally agree.
Just get you stoked for the movie. Like, oh, I know that guy. I want to see him. Oh, I know that guy too.
Yeah.
So what did you think about Thor as the Lebowski?
That was also really gimmicky, at least at first, where that was another one of those skits where they went, wouldn't it be funny if he was just like playing video games and a nerd or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was the whole premise for that scene.
69, whatever, 420.
Yeah. And that's fine, I guess. But the rest of it was just a joke. He just went, I drank a beer just now. Isn't that funny? And then
that whole scene with Rocket was really forced.
Where they came and got him from his like new kingdom that he formed.
Where he kept trying to run away.
Yeah,
and Rocket kept having to give him pep talks.
Yeah, we got beer in the ship.
Okay, well, problem yeah.
Oh, yeah, what kind?
Come on, that's dumb.
Yeah,
yeah.
I found Thor to be like deeply unlikable in this movie.
Yeah,
until the very end.
If he was actually emotionally like distraught, they did not do a good job of portraying that. He was mostly just sleazy.
Yeah, also,
which is different.
Who the hell thinks talking into a microphone is going to stop someone from being a butthole?
I actually really wanted him to teleport over to the kid's house and come back with like his bag of Doritos and his Mountain Dew.
Right.
Just if you're going to keep doing the game.
Or like shock the... I mean, if they could have done something like they just touches the mouthpiece, did a Thor thing, not just be like, I'm Thor, stop being a dick to my rock buddy. Like, if he could have done anything that was Thor specific.
Yeah, that's an insult that people use anyway. My dad's the Hulk. He's going to come over and kick your ass. Like, people, like children in this univerce for sure say that to each other.
Especially on Fortnite.
And they're all lying, so.
Right.
Yeah, the last guy said he was Thor too, you motherfucker. And he's like, I might have made it worse. You just leave.
Yeah, but they didn't really need that whole scene, honestly.
They didn't need most of... They could have just cut it and never worried about it and not created just a terrible...
How are you going to make your movie 3 hours long?
Make it about other characters. You can just go...
Yeah, they could have focused on a couple of them and actually developed them. Like, they started Ant-Man's story pretty strongly, like with him coming back and finding out what happened after all this time and stuff. Yeah, like, that's a pretty good start to a story. But then that was all they came up with.
And then his story ended when the Hulk was like, all right, I'm going to change you to a baby and into an old person. And
he was still around.
But then he just sort of hung out and was like, hey guys, technology, huh? Yeah, cool.
Hey, I'm here too.
Yeah, I'm also participating.
Yeah.
So that was the end of...
So that could have been a good plot. The very like small grain of a plot that Tony Stark had was good, where he was giving up his family essentially because he couldn't stop being a superhero. That's a good idea, but there were only like 3 sentences about that the entire movie. They went, I have a kid now. I don't want to give up my kid. Oh, you gave up your kid. You know, okay, I guess that's a character arc, but they could have developed it a little bit.
Thor being sad could have just been, Thor's real sad. They didn't have to have the Hulk walk over there. They didn't have to have...
Yeah, he could have just showed up like that.
Just been like...
And they would have been like, oh, look at that guy. What the fuck?
It could have been Rocket appears with the Hulk and Thor, and he's really shitty now. It would have been, that's where he is. Yeah. And then Tony Stark would have said, oh, nice to see you again, Lebowski. And then fucking done. You didn't need like
cut that whole part.
10 minutes of that movie. You could have devoted it to any other character. I mean...
I don't know if I had a...
But if Natasha was going to die in it, or if Black Widow was going to die in it, spend more time on her.
Yeah, that would have been fine.
Instead of just her being like, I am so fucking tired and sad and I can't find anything and all these fucking holograms.
I'm just really stressed. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to kill myself. Yeah. The end.
Yeah.
That's how it could have went. But they could have done like her at all. You could have had something where like something good happened and she was really excited and happy, and then she, I don't know, it just all felt like sad. Now I'm dead. Oh, spoiler, she dies.
Yeah, she becomes a Soul Stone, which is cool.
Yep. So now there have been 2 souls sacrificed for this one stone, and still no one has the stone. So that's weird.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it was funny how Gamora came back. She just didn't have any of the experiences. She just appears because she teleported through on Thanos' ship. Mm-hmm. She just arrived and went, I guess I'll be a traitor.
I guess I'm a good guy now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no experiences to back this transition up, but I guess this is just where I was supposed to be, so I'm fine. I'm a good guy now.
I thought Nebula's plot was pretty good.
Yeah, Nebula...
This was her best movie. Good.
I was not expecting her to be as critical to the whole story as she was, and I was really impressed with that whole thing, and just, that was a good...
Is she still alive? Okay. It was like,
I'm pretty sure.
Well, now at this point, I'm like, I could see more of
I think
her.
the only 2 people who died were... The 3 people who died were Black Widow, Tony Stark, and Captain America by old age.
Spoiler? No. I'll bet Captain America lives pretty long, actually, because he's a superhuman.
Yeah.
So he
Super
probably
soldier.
gets pretty old before he dies.
Yeah, probably.
I wish they would have just cut that short, too, and had, like, a message or something instead of him waiting on a bench for them.
Yeah, just appearing, like, right over there. They could have had a thing
Just
like,
had his shield sitting there and said, "This is for that guy."
yeah,
that would have been
and
way
then it could have
better.
cut to him going,
yeah, it should've
listening
said,
to music
"Hey,
on a
this-
gramophone, and
Yeah.
This is for that one guy who has the flying suit. Now you get a worse suit.
here's your Captain America suit. You can't fly anymore, fucker.
Yeah. Well, he's like, I'm not really engineered to be a superhero. It's like, well, now you get to go through that painful process.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
like, oh no, I don't want to do this.
It's actually an excellent point.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Wasn't becoming Captain
Yeah.
America like excruciating?
Yeah, it looked terrible.
Yeah, and so
It was like becoming a Spartan in Halo.
But
it's like
he's already strong, so maybe after that
he's
he'll be
regular
even
human
better.
strong.
Well, yeah, but Captain America was like
he
a
was
puny
really
little guy.
like a weak guy.
They should
So
just
that-
make him the Hulk and put a suit on him and a shield.
Yeah, just make another the Hulk.
Put the Captain America suit on the Hulk
Yes.
and call it good.
Hell yeah.
So that's the
I
three
do want to
people
see
who
the Hulk
died.
with a robot arm, though. That'd be pretty cool. I want to see an Iron Man
Yeah.
robot arm.
Yeah, put Bucky's arm on the Hulk.
And it's all tiny.
Just rip it off of Bucky, and he looks like a little infant, a little infant arm.
Yeah, I like doing the reverse Rick and Morty thing where his little arm is super strong because it's a robot. And it's actually stronger than the Hulk's arm. That would be pretty funny. And he has to fight with it and like, no, you do what I say.
I don't know how Bucky's arm just doesn't rip itself off of his body. Because if you took like a
He stops the
manufacturing
car,
robot,
the arm should just go. Just go with the car.
if you take a manufacturing robot and bolt it to a plank of plywood, and then just move it around, it'll rip itself out of the ground. But if you
And that'll
you have
probably
to,
stay longer than a human shoulder.
yeah.
I think if you start talking about physics in this universe, you're
Yeah,
going to be here
that's-
for a long time.
Yeah, you have to set that part of your brain aside. Everybody has physics brain, right? Where you set the part.
It's in a jar next to my computer.
You have to set your physics brain aside and go, this is entertainment time, and just consume it as.
Well, I've honestly always hated the Winter Soldier. I thought it was so stupid. Just shoot the right side of him, dumbass. So avoid his arm. It's not that hard. He's a regular human and he has one arm. He's not faster than normal. He's just
He was in the movie.
Yeah, he was running, sprinting, like he was leaping off of cars.
Was he also re-engineered? Did I miss that?
I don't know.
Maybe they did that too. That makes more sense.
That would make more sense.
If he
I
had
don't
a cool
remember that
robot arm
happening.
and
no.
he was Captain America strong.
So I want to.
He just always shot people. It's like, give him a shield. Like, what are you doing? Why do you have a machine gun? Does that even work?
Having a
against bad guys?
superpower as having an AR-15 is
Does that
really
even
a
work
dumb
against
thing.
bad guys? That shit's stupid. Here's a gun.
Oh, look, aliens! Pow, 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 pow.
At least with Hawkeye, he has like exploding arrows. Like, okay, explosions probably hurt.
I don't know. Some of them use kicks. That seems less effective than a gun to me.
There you go.
Oh,
Like-
the Black Widow.
Yeah, well, Black Widow
will
just
kick
sucks.
people.
She's just like, I've got lady jujitsu. By lady jujitsu, I mean unnecessarily flying through the air and like trapping people with legs and thighs and
grass.
Like a lady
spinning.
does.
Well, it just that's needless choreography. They don't have like Captain America like spin up
He just
onto
punches
his like
somebody.
and then adjust his cleavage and keep going. Like that's that's what I mean by lady jujitsu. To clarify,
Okay. Well, I was actually also thinking of Drax because he's just a dude, basically.
He's just a big red guy. And he's at least an alien. So you're like, aliens are strong.
Aliens
right?
are well, not. I mean, he didn't really help.
He was stabbing the shit out of that one thing.
he stabbed one thing. He stabbed the ever loving fuck out of that one thing.
One of those very easy to kill aliens.
That other people were just like shooting laser beams and
Well, to
killing
be fair, at that point, I
flocks of
think they
them.
had like 60 characters on screen.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, okay, just show him killing something.
Yeah.
All right, show this. I really like Spider-Man's suit when he said auto kill and he starts stabbing everything. I was like, that doesn't seem like Spider-Man, but I like
That's
it.
definitely my favorite Marvel character that they had.
And how he was just like web slinging to the flying characters. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, what they could have done with Drax is had him be eaten by a thing, because they've already established he can get eaten by stuff, and then he just slices his way out of one of those big flying alien aircraft characters.
That seems
more
helpful.
Yeah, if he had had somebody throw him into the mouth of one of those flying things, and he just runs along it, and instead they had Valkyrie run along. They could have done that with 5 other characters, and it would have been, take the 10 minutes they had of Thor being shitty and give me 10 more minutes of each character fighting a thing. I know it's exhausting.
No, and then they just, here's this cool fight, and then Captain Marvel just blows everything up.
Yeah, that was one of the few plot contrivances that I thought worked well, is that she did say, hey, every other planet's also pretty fucked, so I'm going to go help them, which, fair enough. And then as soon as Thanos came into that time period, she basically hoofed it straight to him, and then just as soon as she got there, went, bam, there, I fixed it for you. And so that all made sense to me. It's not like she was twiddling her thumbs.
Yeah, she wasn't.
It was Thanos didn't even exist in that timeline until he traveled to it.
Yeah.
And then instantly she was like, okay, I'm coming.
She's like, fuck, a problem's over there. I'm going to go solve it.
It would have been really bad if she was just there the whole time not helping. That would have...
She was being disguised and I'm going to wait till the proper moment to reveal myself.
Yeah.
Or some other...
One of those where you're just why didn't you just take care of this? But I don't know. She had a pretty good reason, I think.
All right. I think it was lame, but...
We find different parts lame.
But I also think it was necessary because she sucks. And she just ruins stories. She's too fucking strong, man.
Do you think Iron Man's not too strong?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He keeps doing
the whole ship.
He keeps solving things with magic of money and technology.
We complained earlier about how easy it was for him to just figure out time travel in his spare time.
He's driving there in an Audi
I would call that pretty powerful.
Agreed.
Personally.
Yeah.
Not in the same way though.
Yeah, just being able to fly through and blow up pretty much anything you want. And if she had 2 more minutes, she probably would have killed Thanos herself, but whatever.
No, they had to solve it through the power of teamwork.
To the power of just grabbing the hand and going, just hold this hand. Yeah. Don't let him snap. That was the whole, don't let him snap.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Them just wrestling him to prevent him from snapping is a funny fight scene.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what everybody was doing, was just, don't let him
like I said, it's just a less good version of the Infinity War fight, because they did the same thing, but... It actually felt important then.
Yeah.
And this time you're like, well, there's time travel and everybody already died and came back to life anyway, so who cares? Is how I felt about it.
I really liked the visuals and the fight mechanics of Doctor Strange and Spider-Man working together, where he would just create a portal and Spider-Man would fly through one, hit him, fly out of another one, and appear in a different direction. That reminds me of that split ball game.
Oh, that Splitgate?
Splitgate?
Yeah.
I think I can play that today.
So
it's free.
Anyway, I don't want to get us started on a different tangent. We'll talk about Splitgate some other time.
Splitgate's dope. You're going to miss it, though.
Yeah, Avengers Endgame. I thought it was a fine conclusion to a fine series of different quality superhero things. It's really hard to wrap all that shit up. There was just too much content. It was fine.
Yeah. All right. It was fine.
I honestly think this movie seemed unnecessary. They could have just ended it with Infinity War.
It all did seem extra. That's how I would sum it up too. It was
the whole
fine,
thing was an after credit scene for Infinity War.
It was all just added stuff on to the last
movie. Redo
movie.
Infinity War? Sure. Okay.
Yeah. They could have just won and it would have been the same in Infinity War.
Yeah. I think actually if you're going to end a universe, having them lose makes total sense. Like that end of the universe.
That seems like a perfect reason to get rid of whoever you want to get rid of all at once. And just reset the whole thing.
I mean, it would have been very interesting if the end of the entire episode or the entire series was him just snapping and it goes to black again. Well, you're like, damn it.
If you're gonna
but something different happens, maybe.
Imagine if you're going to build another 10-year set of movies having Thanos still around, but not knowing where he is or what he's doing, and he just killed half of everybody. And you're building up new superheroes.
What I was hoping they would do is they would actually just split the timeline and have the other characters in a different dimension where everybody else got snapped out of existence.
That would have been really cool.
And just had concurrent stories where they were just, all right, this set of superheroes does this set does this, and they're all just trying to do their best. And then maybe later they find a way to merge them or something. So,
all right, well that was our Infinity War Spoilercast.
All right, we can wrap this up, I guess. Huh?
That was our end game.
What you just heard was Everything Bad. For more information and bonus episodes, go to theinternetisAnightmare.com.